I've learned we can ask for things, but once we receive it, it will be hard for us to formulate what we need to do in order to keep excelling. What's going on, my brothers and sisters around the world? It's your boy Terrell with the Y, and welcome to another great episode of Personal Development. See, here's what this topic is going to be about today: learning how to adapt to things as we're accepting them. Right, learning how to adapt to things from everything we've been asking for. How can we formulate that into our everyday life? So here's the thing: we got so much understanding, so much dreams, so much aspirations that we really want to accomplish. But as we're going along this journey, it's hard for us to fathom the thought that we can do this. As we're doing it, as we're going along the journey, we learn so much about ourselves. We learn so much about the process. We learn so much about everything that we're diving into, right? Instead of us putting a toe in the water, we jump it in the water. If we can swim, we can swim. If we can't swim, I guess we're going to figure out how to swim. See, that's the thing with life. We're figuring out how to swim in order to survive rather than float. Okay. Oh, listen. Here's what happens as soon as we step in the water. As soon as we get thrown in the water, as soon as we go in the uncomfortable deep end, we panic. And what does panic leads to? It leads to us drowning. It leads to us panicking and stressing and overthinking what's taking place. How do you fix something like this? First, good thing you're in the water. You're already in the water. But if you don't know how to swim, we're gonna panic. We're gonna react off our emotions rather than logic. If you jump in the water, if you jump in the water and just relax, what happens? You're able to float. See, here's the thing: life is challenging. Life is difficult. Life is overwhelming. Life is stressful. Life has so many things that we deal with on an everyday basis, and the strong survive. Only the strong will survive because we're able to adapt to the current situation. See, here's the thing: I've learned that I've been wanting to do so many things, so many impact so many people, but I never had the chance to understand where it was gonna come from. Because I'm asking for it, I want to put myself in a position to say this is what I want to do and this is why. But I didn't understand what all I would have to put into in order to for it to come back. I've learned today is not for today. Today's for longevity. Your success comes over time rather than coming today. But how do we fathom that thought? Here's how we fathom the thought. Understand what our purpose is. Understand who we are as human beings. So my purpose is to educate the masses on. My purpose is to educate the masses to understand themselves, solitude, and to build confidence within themselves. See, it's hard to formulate everything that you really want to do when you all over the place, when you have 20 things on your plate that you want to do and figure out and do and do and do and do and do. I've had so many things on my plate that I wanted to accomplish, that I want to be really great in, but I've learned you can't be a master of all traits if you can't be a master of one. Okay, because them other traits you can create a partnership around there and then really expand. However, if you can't focus on your one dynamic skill, it will never help you excel the way that you want to excel. Here's why I say this: because I was in so many things. I was in real estate, public speaking, the military. Let me see what else. Social media, YouTube. Like I have all these things on my plate, and I'm trying to figure out how to master, how to be great at, sales, marketing. It's a lot of information. However, by me being spread all over the place, I can't master what I need to master. Yesterday, I had a thought that I had an epiphany that I'm just going to focus on public speaking. I'm just going to focus on building my platform and building a brand for myself. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build my brand so it focuses more on myself and my purpose and everything that I'm doing. So that's I felt that yesterday, right? I'm able to identify that. I'm able to identify where I want to go and what I want to do and why I'm doing this. The reason why I want to focus on public speaking and building my brand and YouTube and social media is because the more marketing I'm able to do, the more it will tie into public speaking, the more it will tie into everything that I have going on. See, now it's a trickling effect because it everything aligns with each other, right? Social media, marketing, public speaking, YouTube, content creation, right? Then you gotta go back, video creation. So all these things tie into one atmosphere of a niche, public speaking. So how can I master public speaking if I don't understand who I am? See, it takes time. It takes time to identify what you want to do and why you're doing it this way. Here's why I want to do it this way. Because I have a talent. But talent can only get you so far if you don't work on it each and every day. So that's what my goal is. I'm going to work on my talent each and every day so I can perfect it and become the expertise in this field. So I can really start impacting people the way I know I can. Right? Because you can't impact nobody with no money. I don't care what you say. I don't care how you say it. If you don't have no money and you're not bringing value to anybody, it's not impactful. Okay, we can listen. We can put ourselves out there as much as possible, but you got to understand the world that we're in, right? In order to really change the trajectory of somebody's life, you got to know a skill. You got to identify your purpose. You got to identify your reason of why you're doing what you're doing. Okay. I know I have a talent. I know I can get in front of a camera and speak. I know I can grab a microphone and really just, control the crowd, really bring so much value to the crowd. But in order to keep bringing value to the crowd, I gotta practice it and perfect it each and every day. I'm not just trying to perfect it. I'm trying to create something special around this, something monumental, right? But I can't do that if I'm scattered all over the place. So here's what's going to take place for me. I'm going to focus on branding. I'm going to focus on public speaking. I'm going to focus on social media. So as I'm building everything that I want to build, I'm perfecting it. Real estate is going to be on a pause. I'm going to put real estate on a pause. However, once it's time for me to really start investing in real estate, I will have the funds from over here to invest in over here. So now I'm constantly creating wealth for myself because I understand numbers. I understand business. I understand how to find a bad deal versus the good deal. That's why it's so vital to learn more about yourself and your capabilities, because if you don't, you will never figure out what you can handle, what you can't handle. I know I was becoming overwhelmed. I know it. I know I was becoming overwhelmed because I wasn't taking consistent action. In real estate, I was not taking consistent action. I'm able to identify that. I'm not blaming anybody because it's my fault. It's my fault. I can't blame the next person because I didn't do something. I was taught the way. I was showed the way. I just didn't do it because I wasn't consistent with it. But what I was consistent with was perfecting my public speaking. What I was perfect. What I was constantly doing, what I was consistent with doing, was really just speaking, making content, understanding the algorithm, understanding data, understanding the analytics, understanding how to maintain and control somebody's attention. Not necessarily control. I used the wrong word, not control. Once I have somebody's attention, how can I keep their attention as I'm engaging with them? So it's not control. It's just really engagement with your audience. But now that I see that I've been practicing so long, but now as I'm steady practicing, it's time for me to change the trajectory of my life and really focus on public speaking, really focus on my craft and create something, something that's monumental, a business from this. But I can't do that if I have 6 things over here and there's one thing that I'm doing every day, it's not getting perfected, right? It takes time. I've been asking to make an impact. I've been asking God, listen, all I want is just wisdom. Like Solomon, the only thing he asked for was for wisdom. But the thing about Solomon, he got greedy towards the end. Okay, he got greedy towards the end. If y'all know the story, Solomon just went to God and asked for. I think God went to Solomon and asked, "What is something that you want?" He was, "I just want wisdom." God gave him the wisdom that everything came into play. Women, the lifestyle, him making an impact. But as he got bigger, he got greedy, right? So now instead of having been in his purpose and his reasoning, he got greedy with everything that he accomplished. So now you just got to maintain a balance for yourself and just really, really, really understand that it takes time in order to create something for yourself. But you have to know what time, but you have to identify what time you're putting into your specific niche in order for you to become great. To recap this video, understand you can ask for everything in the world, but when it's time for you to receive it, how are you going to handle it? How are you going to deviate what's important, what's not important? What do I really need to focus my time and energy on? It takes time. It takes time. The best thing you can do is start and figure it out along the way. The best option that I have. Start, figure out along the way. Because if you never start, you will never be able to figure it out. And remember, your success doesn't come from today. Your success is created over time. So be patient, but stick to the grind. Trust yourself, trust the process, and don't give up on yourself. If you got value from this video and want to see more, click this video right here, and I'll see you there.